So it's a lovely Christmas day in Savannah, Georgia. It's freaking t-shirt weather. I grew up skating in this garage. That street right down there is 9 Lincoln, or it's Lincoln Street. I lived at 9 Lincoln, which was right down there. But just show you a couple. I grew up next to this park here. If you've never been to Savannah, it's built on a series of squares, and these are called squares. They're really more like circles. They're traffic circles, but all the squares are basically little parks, and they all have their own little flavor. This is a pretty simple, basic one. I used to walk my dogs here when I was growing up. Because, I mean, literally grew up like right over there, like a block, not even a block. But yeah, it's really pretty here. Let me cross the street. See, there's another square way down there. I will switch camera lenses. So way down there, there's another square, and then there'll be another one the next block, and they're over there, and they're everywhere basically. Downtown Savannah is kind of like a big open air park. It's beautiful. If you've never been here, you need to hit it up. But let me see. I don't know how far down it is. I think it's this street. This is a pretty street, St. Julian. But I knew a kid. It might be one more block, but there's a house here that's known to be haunted, supposedly. But I think it's actually the next block over. And of course, there's people. But it's a really pretty, beautiful area here, you know? Downtown has lots of wrought iron. And then this is, what is this street? Price. So, very beautiful down here, but I'm not gonna go all over the place. Here's the 3-story where I learned how to skateboard. Looks like they're doing some construction though. Also, this is Lincoln Street, and I grew up on this street, actually right down there, which we're gonna walk towards. This garage used to look a little different when I was growing up, but we used to skate here in the centerpiece. This is all new, like these planters or whatever. But and also these arms didn't used to be here. And see, they're doing this construction, but yep, this was the spot. This was the best part right here. This little manual pad. Skated here for hours, and then we're gonna go upstairs. All right, here's the top floor. And go back to the other camera. Lens, whatever. So see this construction here? I'm not sure what that is. Used to be the Corps of Engineers, but see there, basically right here, that's where my house used to be. It's been torn down to make room for this expansion. But yeah, my house was next to this house, which was JB's. Before that, it was Jim Collins. He taught me how to ride a bike. This used to be Paul DeBevo's garage, antique store, whatever. Mom was friends with him. So yeah, this was where I grew up. Oh my God, you can't even do this anymore. I haven't been up here. All right, so see these metal rails? This didn't used to be here. This is where I used to ollie from one level of this parking lot to the next. You can't do it anymore. This used to be the spot right about here. So we'd get some speed over there and then head towards this. And it used to just be that little concrete curb there. And then you would land down there. But you can't do it anymore. So I'm glad I did it then. In fact, I ollied over a car off of this. Wish I had that footage. I think Mr. Jason Lanier used to have it. That's kind of pretty over there. It's a lovely day in Savannah, by the way. This is Christmas. Merry Christmas. And this video's getting a bit long, but I just wanted to show you. So there's that gap that I used to ollie. It's not quite as big as it used to seem, but I mean, I'm 6'4" and my head sticks up past it about 3 inches or something. So yeah, fun stuff. All right, more walking around on Christmas Day in Savannah, 2025. That used to be a dry cleaners, I think. And then right down there, you can't see it from here exactly, but that's where my house used to be, where they're building that big building now. And then basically this is Bay Street, and you can't really see it from here, but right over right beyond these buildings, there is River Street, and Savannah River is right there. This is a pretty big thoroughfare. All right, again, downtown Savannah. Here we are walking. I just walked across. This is Lincoln Street at Bay. I grew up right there. And then right here is River Street. And you gotta go down these crazy stairs. This is Factor's Walk, which goes behind all the buildings down here. This used to literally be, you know, the port. These cobblestones that the ground is made of supposedly were tonnage or ballast from ships. And then there is the bridge that takes you from South Carolina into Savannah. All right, we used to skate here. This metal fence wasn't here. And we used to skate those stairs and those brick things. If you go over there, in the center of that little thing, you stand there. Acoustics are weird. You can hear people talking from far away and stuff. It's very strange. This convention center, the hotel, those didn't exist when I was growing up. This bridge is new. A lot of things have changed. Here's Savannah's Candy Kitchen, which there's a whole thing with that because River Street Sweets is down further. There's the whatever, the river boats. They do the tours. But yeah, a lot more busy than when I was growing up, but this is where I grew up skating, all down here. Switch lenses here. All right, here we are, Factor's Walk again on River Street. We're gonna go up these crazy stairs. Whoa. But yeah, River Street's super cool if you've never been here. So this is back up closer to Bay Street. over there where all the cars are driving. Switch lenses. But there's businesses all over the place. All kinds of cool stuff to see. Candy stores and shops and restaurants. And see, this place is new. I've never even heard of this. Squealing Hog Barbecue. 2 cracked eggs. Never mind. There's a couple places here. Psychic readings down there. Oh, yeah, that place has actually been here. That's cool. And then we'll just do one more little thing. We'll walk over here. Every like block or so, there's another ramp that goes down to the River Street Plaza, Resaca's Plaza, which is the brick part down there. There's the old anchor. But yeah, check this cool bridge out. It's been here since forever. I don't know when it was built. It's been here since I was a kid. All this stuff, all these walkways, etc. All the old stuff, at least. All right, we'll walk over this, and then I guess I'll head back to my vehicle. Hope everyone's having a good Christmas. Don't even know if I'm gonna post this, but I will say one more thing once I get down here. All right, so there's the Hampton Inn, but and there's the Lucas Theater way down there. But so right down there, it's the East Bay Inn. I don't know if you can see the sign. But when I was a kid, in that house I showed you, which was right behind this building, the building was there, but it wasn't the East Bay Inn. That was actually a brand new hotel when I was like a little kid, like probably 8 or 9. So, I don't know, probably not that interesting, but kind of cool. And then that Staybridge Suites, which is right past it, that was actually just some old like mechanic shop or something. It was some industrial building, but all these buildings, they just reused the frames. Not that big brick one back there. That's where my house used to be partially. So, anyhow, there's people around, but whatever. This is where my house used to be, where all this rubble is. This was my house. It was a historic house. In fact, I mean, it pretty much went about the width of that house. So they really just had to cut it pretty close with this building project, I guess. Sweet. History gone.